All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to talk about your Advocare microsite and how you can update it to utilize it best. And first, you'll see when you go to your Advocare website, remember, it's just advocare.com/your unique ID number, and you're going to have this screen. Now, the basic synopsis here is, just a little something on Advocare. You definitely want to personalize this for yourself so you can put in your own story there. That's what's going to really reach out to people. Okay, you also want to make sure you update this with a photo of yourself. And then you can also do these bundles down here at the end. This is something that I'll show you how to do as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and log you in. There you go. Just put your username and ID number in there. Okay, so a couple things to do right off the bat. The very first thing that I want you to do is to go over to your profile settings. Make sure everything is correct here. Make sure all of these are highlighted. So you definitely want to get these emails when they come in. Make sure your address is correct. And then make sure your email address is correct. I've seen a lot of these get typed in wrong. Maybe you missed a C, or somehow your finger hit a different key and you got some weird letters in there. So make sure that that's correct. If it isn't, you can change it and then hit submit. If everything looks good, you can just go right back up. Okay, you want to make sure you have your auto renewal set up. Okay, this auto renewal just says that, hey, on my anniversary date, Advocare is going to charge my card $50 to renew. And I want to make sure that that's set up because I don't ever want to lose my distributorship and have to start to build it all over again, right? The other thing that you get with this is when you renew, you get 2 boxes of Spark that are going to be sent to you. Okay, they're going to be sent to you, one on the next 2 orders. Okay, so 2 boxes of Spark for renewing. The other thing that you want to look at, I'm not going to click on this because it actually has the information shown, but direct deposit. Make sure you set up your direct deposit. It'll automatically send your paychecks into your account the day that they're released, so you'll get it sooner. Okay, next, you want to go and edit my story. Okay, so it's going to have your story in here, the automatic one that's set up, and then you can change it. I kept some of the components of the original one in there, and then I added in my own story. Okay, this is also part of the original setting that's on there. All right, so I just kind of added a little extra in there. Now, just understand that typically it takes between 48 and 72 hours for your story and for your picture to actually be approved. So once you hit submit, don't just assume that it's going to automatically be there. It's not. Legal has to go through it and make sure that there's nothing in there that shouldn't be there. Okay. So after that, then you want to go to edit and upload my photo. And there's some do's and don'ts for putting a photo on there. Again, just make sure it's a picture of you. It's a clear picture of you and not with a bunch of other stuff. Now, it can be of your family. That's perfectly fine. But just make sure it's big enough that people who know you will recognize that it's actually you. Okay. From there, you can edit your site focus. Okay, so if you want some of your ads on there, like Drew Brees or Michael W. Smith, you can choose which ones show up on your Advocare microsite. Okay, and it'll tell you select up to 3. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and select that. I got the O2 Gold on there, muscle gain. There we go. And then I'm just going to hit submit. Okay, so selections have been updated. So those are always nice to have because, again, when people go to your website, these are the ads that they're going to see. So we have all that there. Now, some of these links that you see in here, you may not have. Some of the links I have are just based on leadership level, but you will have override leg, you'll have volumes and earnings, you'll have your complete downline. You probably won't have 3-level pay, but you will have advisor pre-qualification, requalification, sales compliance, all this stuff here. One of the things that I want to go through with you real quick is going to be the advisor pre-qualification, because this is important. As you're bringing new people into your site or into your business, you're going to want to make sure that you're helping them get to the advisor level. So this advisor qualification tracker, you can collapse all. Okay, so right now, PGV needed to qualify. You'll see if they need $500 or less to qualify for advisor, they're going to be on this page. And so I can click down, and I can see actually Kylie and Daniel and actually Kareem. So all of these, you see the queue, they've actually qualified. So you can see in the 6 consecutive pay periods, Kareem qualified for advisor. All right, now if we have someone who has not, but they're working on it, so like Carolina here. Carolina needs $131.15 to qualify. So that's retail. If she ordered all that product, she's going to save 30% on it, and she'll be considered advisor. So this is where she currently has, so that's how much volume she has in this current pay period. And this is how much she needs to qualify for advisor. Now you can see in this drop-down menu, you have different options. So let's say we want to see who's about halfway there. And again, we can collapse all these. That way it makes it a shorter screen to see. And so let's just say I click on myself. Okay, it really doesn't matter because you really should be reaching out to everyone. All right, but I'm just going to choose myself for the heck of it. And let's look at Aaron. Okay, so Aaron needs $1,463 to qualify for advisor. He doesn't have any volume in at this point. And if I click on his name, okay, remember, to get to advisor, it's a rolling 6 consecutive pay periods. So we have this first pay period, which if he doesn't finish out this pay period, this amount drops off, okay? So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next pay period for him to qualify, okay? Now, Aaron is a happy product user. He's probably not going to do this. Most likely, he will get his advisor order done over a continuous year, so 24 consecutive pay periods if you accumulate 3,000 of volume. Okay, so this is just one way that you can see where people are and what they're doing and how much they need, so you can pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, Aaron, I didn't know if you knew this, but you can get to advisor 2 ways. And just have that conversation with them. Okay, so definitely play around with that. And the other thing that you want to look at here, well, just for instance, your check reports. So you'll always be able to look at exactly how you were paid and how that check was determined. So specifically how much you earned off of each distributor and retail customer, preferred customer in your downline. You'll have that. You have a rookie bonus program report, a couple other different things here. Just play around with them. Some downloads and forms. This is stuff that you definitely should be aware of. All the presentations that I use for my mixers are right here, guys. You can download them as a PDF. You can download them as a PowerPoint, which is how I use them. And I kind of pick and choose. So I start with this about Advocare. I pull a few things out of the business opportunity. I pull a few things out of the compensation plan. Okay, so that way I have my own presentation, but I'm using what Advocare has provided. Same thing with this daily activity tracker. This is something I recommend that you print off, put into a binder. Success system tracker, print it off, put it in a binder. Team blueprint, print it off, put it in a binder. Okay, these are all things that I use on a regular basis to keep track of where my business is and to make sure that I'm doing the things that get us paid. You also have flyers and recruiting posters that you can have printed off on your own printer, or you can send these off to a Kinko's or Staples and have them put to whatever size you want on, poster board, whatever you need to be able to present Advocare the way that you want to. Okay, there's some legal forms in here as well. Anytime you change address, hopefully you'll never have to use that. But you may if you get married and you're maybe you're the downline of the person that you're getting married to. So you do have to resign, but everything then just moves up, kind of like how Jake and Sarah did it. Okay, so all that's on there. And then you also have the right to use these logos that are on there, and they have them as a high quality EPS and PNG files on there. So some good little helpful things there. Incentives and recognition, you can always click on these. You know, Mexico is the latest incentive, and it'll tell you exactly how much volume you have. You can go to standings, go down to whatever your PIN level is. Okay, and then search for your name, or you can look for the amount here. I know I'm over here, 13. So right now I'm in 47th place, top 35 qualified. So I gotta get on it. Okay, so incentives and recognition. You can see all the new PIN earners, PIN of qualification. If you're in the LEADS program or the Leadership Plus plan, you want to go to the President's Party, all the information you need is right there. Events, National Success School. If you're on this training, you should have your ticket already. And if you don't, you need to get it. And even if you're not sure how you're going to get to Dallas, don't worry about it. Get your ticket. You can find a way. Even if you're not sure how you're going to afford it. Guys, that's what Advocare is for. We can earn our way to successful. So there's absolutely no excuse. Doctors go to med school, lawyers go to law school, Advocare distributors go to success school. Okay, you also have a national calendar. So if you want to look at different events, I know we have some in June, so there you go. On June 7th, we have an event with Ron Reynolds and Rick Lloyd, which is going to be awesome. Okay, so you can do that. You can also just choose all states and kind of see what's going on in the area. That way, if you know somebody in Texas or somebody in Illinois, Riverview, Florida, you can plug people in to these events. Now, here's where your homework is going to be. So first homework is to update your site. Make sure you get your picture on there. Make sure you update your story and then the site focus. Then I want you to come up here. Now, there is a lot of great information here. Okay, but let's do it one thing at a time. I want you to click on Getting Started. Even if you're a veteran and you've done this before, I want you to do it again. I want you to make sure that you download the workbook. Okay, so you click it. You'll see that it comes down at the bottom here. Open it up, and here you go. Print this out because you're going to be filling it out as you go along. All right, and that's important to do because as you get to the point where you're putting together your story, you're developing your warm market list, you're going to want to start writing those names down. Okay, and then watch the videos. Okay, you're going to start with video number 1, and you're just going to click on that. Click the start button now. Most videos are only 3 minutes or so long. Okay, there's
disciplined activity. We move through some of the core activities and behaviors.
Okay, sorry, I had to turn that off. Just automatically started playing. So do the Getting Started videos. Okay, you want to watch all of them. It takes less than an hour to go through all 12 Getting Started videos. So this is not something where you're going to watch a couple and then come back. My recommendation for you is to set aside 1 full hour, or maybe an hour and a half, as you fill out some of the forms, because after you watch the videos, you'll want to go back to those forms and start working on your warm market list, maybe update your story, just play around with that stuff. So maybe an hour and a half. And then after that, you're either going to get with myself or your sponsor and go through the workbook. Okay, and again, whether you're a veteran or you're a newbie, this is something that you want to do. So guys, that's going to end this training on your Advocare Microsite. This is where we want to start. Don't jump ahead. Update your site. Watch the Getting Started videos. Play around with some of the other things. Make sure you download those tools and you put them in a 3-ring binder or whatever kind of folder that you can have with you at all times so that you can keep your business organized. And remember, guys, we need to treat this business like a business. If you want it to pay you like one, if you want it to pay you like a hobby, then treat it like a hobby and you kind of wing it. Okay, but if you want it to pay you like a business, we need to start treating it like a business. And this is what we do. We keep things organized, we utilize the systems, and we start from the beginning, and we work our way through the rest of the training to get us to where we need to be. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful, and now it's time to move on to video number 3.